Everyone, welcome to another graphic novel review. So this time I'm going to be reviewing Dark Knights of Steel Volume 1 and 2. Now, I was going to debate about if I should review this as one and one or both, but you have to review it as one together because this really is just one cohesive story, and it's just broken up into two parts for trade paperback because that's how I like to collect it. But this book is, right off the bat, I will say, it is what's called an Elseworld story, meaning it's not connected to any continuity. You don't need to know anything going into this book. You don't have to read anything before this book. You don't have to read anything after this book. Just this right here. This story contains 12 issues, plus like a little spin-off at the very end of the last book. And this book is great. It's set in like medieval DC universe. So all the characters are kind of reimagined into these medieval characters. Batman is, a guard for the castle. Superman is the heir to the throne. Harley Quinn is like the consultant and things like that. So these characters are reimagined into different roles, but it's really interesting because the books feel like one very long issue. I love how this story flows. It's super quick, but it's intense and it's deep, and it just keeps you hooked the entire time. Like, I could not put these books down. I finished them in like one day because I was addicted to it. It's so good. Now, the artwork in this book is by Yasmin Putri. I believe I'm saying that name correctly. And it just looks fantastic. So if you see here, just these covers alone are beautiful. And then you get to the internal artwork, and it's just gorgeous. It looks like a movie in there. It's very cinematic. I love the dialogue. The dialogue is very snappy, and it feels very natural. I love how these characters feel because they feel like themselves, but they still feel like new versions of the character. Like, you can distinctly tell who's who. I love the twists and turns that they put in here. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there are definitely characters in here that have different powers and have different origins and have different parents and things like that. I think it's great. I think it's super interesting, and every issue was surprising me with what was happening. The sudden reveal, this is actually this person, this is where this person came from. It keeps you on your toes the entire time, and I really love that about books. So if you're at all thinking about getting into graphic novels, and if you watch the King of Spies review, you would know that like sometimes it's a bit difficult to get into books, but this is one that you should definitely read because you don't have to read anything before, you don't have to read anything after, and it's just overall a great read. It's quick, but it's not short. Like, it's quick because you just want to get through it because you're like, wow, this is interesting. It keeps you hooked and entertained the entire time. The art is amazing. The story is great. I'm not going to spoil anything about it, but please check out Dark Knights of Steel Volume 1 and 2 if you get it in paperback. I believe there's a hardcover version that collects all the issues in one volume. So if you want to pick it up like that, I definitely recommend it. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.